Good morning, truckers and friends. It's time to do a pre-trip. Here I'm unhooking my hood latches so I can get the hood open. I used to open my hood from the front by putting your foot up on the bumper toe kick and pulling from the front, but now that they have sensors on the bumpers, they ask you not to do that anymore because it can ruin the sensors. So, reinvented my hood open, and that's what you get. So on the passenger side of the engine, I am checking the tires, the brakes, the leaf springs, checking the washer fluid, and making sure the belts are all good on this side. Everything looks good here. And over on the driver's side, I'm going into my storage box on the side to get me a paper towel so I can check the oil. Even though the truck's been sitting for my 34-hour break, I am going to double dip the stick, which means I pull it out, wipe it off, put it back in, and check it again, just to make sure. On this side, I'm also checking the coolant levels. I'm checking the brakes, the pitman arm, the steering column, making sure that there's not too much play in it, checking the radiator and all the things there to make sure that all the U-bolts are good, there's no cracks or anything broken. All my hoses are good and connected, and I'm making sure that I have good power steering fluid, and I'm also making sure that the fuel separator is not full. Back over on the passenger side, I am getting the safety mechanism back in place so I can close the hood. Time to latch it back up, make sure it's secure. On both sides, don't forget. On each side, once I latch it, I pull up on the fender to make sure that it's secure. Always check those fuel caps, make sure they're tight. And your hoses, make sure everything is good there too. I'm going to start it up so I can turn on the lights and check everything else. Here I'm letting it cycle through everything it needs to do before I turn it on. I'm turning on all the lights and the flashers too. Check out my new stickers, aren't they cool? And as usual, I always wear steel-toed boots so I can kick the tires. At the back of the tractor, I am checking the kingpin to make sure the jaws are completely locked around it. I'm checking the airbags, listening for leaks, looking at all the components, making sure everything is good. Also the lights. I also check under the trailer to make sure there's nothing there, making sure that my dollies are all the way up and my arm is secure. Every time I walk past the lights, I wipe them clean. At the back of the trailer, I'm also kicking these tires, checking the treads to make sure that everything's good on each tire, checking all the lug nuts, making sure there's no leaks or anything loose, cracked, or broken. I'm also checking the tandem pins to make sure that they are in place. Underneath the trailer, I am listening for air leaks. I'm checking all the lines, making sure everything is good, making sure I have mud flaps and all those well there. Looks good back here. So even though the truck has been parked next to my house and I always keep an eye on it, I always check the trailer to make sure that nobody's decided to move in or put anything in there that doesn't belong. And every time I'm back here, I'm always checking the lights, including the license plate light. And as I work my way up the other side of the trailer, I'm checking all the same things. Kicking tires, checking treads, lug nuts and rims, checking lights, all of the things that need to be done. And checked on this side as well. I also have looked underneath the truck to make sure that there's no puddles, no leaking, no anything underneath it. Checking the latch again, and all the front lights. 12:50. I am getting ready to leave out for my week. I just did my pre-trip. I just fell while I did my pre-trip. That's the second time I have fallen in like 2 weeks. The first time, I can't blame it on the dog, but I was walking the dog. It wasn't his fault. He went one way and I went around the other way, and I tripped on the darn sidewalk. He didn't pull me. He wasn't pulling or anything, but I was kind of paying attention to where he was going, and I tripped on the sidewalk and I fell, almost face planted against the brick wall of the house. And then I was just doing my pre-trip right now, and I went to go underneath the trailer to look at the brakes and all the gadgets underneath there, and I don't know, I misstepped and fell forward and scraped my shoulder and my arm on something. I don't even know what it was. I've been a klutz lately. Probably because I haven't been feeling good. I'm getting over a cold. I don't know if you can tell, but it's in my voice. And I've been feeling crappy and very not good. So I'm looking forward to feeling better this week. I still sound funky. It's still coughing. I'm still sneezing. Lots of sneezing. I'm not usually a sneezer. I'm going to go over later, once I get parked for my 10 hours later, how my last week went while I was on vacation. I did a couple runs the week prior and then a couple runs last week because I was off from Wednesday to Wednesday. So I had a couple runs each week, and it was a great week with my kids all together. It was so awesome. It was so awesome to have them together. But I'll fill you in on all that later. Right now I got to get on the road. I got to go pick up a load in Dixon, Illinois. It's going to Rapid City, South Dakota. So I'm going almost to Wyoming. It's pretty close to the border. It's also very close to where my family all went on vacation, near Custer Park, Custer National Park, Custer State Park. I can't remember. I'm looking forward to being out there again. It was beautiful. I might have some extra time to do some extracurricular out of the truck activities. I'm hoping so, because it's really beautiful out there and lots of things to do. I don't know how I'll get there. I don't know. Maybe I'll try an Uber. I've never done an Uber before, and I really don't want to. Or maybe I'll rent a car. We'll see. I don't know. But I'll fill you guys in later. I got to get rolling. I got to get to Dixon to pick this load up, and then we're going to hit the road. We'll talk to you in a bit. So, apparently nobody's working at this place today. But I just got a hold of somebody finally. And my trailer's already ready. I'm going to do a drop and hook. So. windy day. It's a very windy day. I believe this doesn't even have 1,000 pounds on it. It's going all the way to South Dakota. All the way to South Dakota, and it's a brand new trailer. Everything looking good. Everything looking good. Let's try not to fall this time. Yeah. There's no seal. What do you mean there's no seal? It says there's no seal on the thing. Are you kidding me? Could have put this in a pickup truck. That's it. Dang it. Okay. We're gonna get some good fuel mileage today. Maybe even a bonus. A fuel mileage bonus. I'll take it. I will take it. Clean off them lights. Check them top lights. I already did my pre-trip just a little bit ago when I left home. But it never hurts to kick the tires again. Or check all the things. Which is why I do it. Okie-dokie. Artichoke. I'm gonna go back and put a lock on my trailer so I don't have to do it when I park at midnight tonight, because that's not the time you should be getting out of your truck. A lock. So my next stop out in South Dakota is in Rapid City, and I just dialed it up on the GPS's. It is 861 miles. And the weather's supposed to be beautiful. Sounds like a good deal to me. Let's go. There's literally 600 pounds on this trailer. Oh, that's crazy. On my way to South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota. Got a load of about 600 pounds. This delivery does not have to be to South Dakota until, what the heck was that running across the road? This load does not have to be to its destination until Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. So I got plenty of time. Oh, puppy dog. I hope he don't get hit by a car. He didn't have a collar or nothing.